Next up, give us a round of applause for Dustin Stockton, the managing partner of Look.
Feel free to see if you can get your seat.
Pornography built the internet.
How does Intersight have all this money to throw around?
It's pornography, Richard.
Adult content has driven more important tech adoption than anything. Super 8 film, Polaroid, home video, video on demand. Pornography accounts for 37% of all internet traffic.
38 when I'm on it.
One of the first video streaming systems was pornographic.
The goal was to get more people connected, higher quality video, put higher band load, higher download speed. The majority of that money came from pornographers.
What does Pornhub, Mofos, Brazzers, Twisties, and Digital Playground all have in common? They are all owned by the same company.
If there is new tech on the market, you can be sure the porn industry is already using it.
By doing what the adult industry has always done, lead.
Look
at where we're going.
The beauty about crypto is the fact that anyone in the world could participate.
It's a tough act to follow a little bit. What do you say, futurists? You guys want to break some news? So, I'm thrilled to announce that this morning, Look signed a binding term sheet to collaborate and support the Look community with ALO. Now, you might not know the name ALO, but they control a massive amount of internet traffic measured in whole points, not in fractions of points. They own and operate products like Pornhub, Brazzers, Reality Kings, YouPorn, RedTube, Twisties, Mofos. Over 80 different individual brands are incorporated in this network. When we set out with Look, which is a Solana meme coin at its origination, our focus was, what could we do to solve a problem that we had discussed with a lot of large corporations? That problem is, they want to enter the crypto ecosystem, but they're concerned about the regulatory and reputational risk of launching their own token. So Look decided that we would launch the token and then make it available to the corporations to integrate into their digital ecosystems. Now, we could not have hoped in a million years that we would enter a digital ecosystem as large as ALO's. Just some stats by itself. Pornhub, every single day, gets between 130 and 150 million unique visitors every single day. That's one website. 150 million unique visitors. Right now on Solana, there are about 3 million active daily wallets. 3 million. If we're successful at converting just 5% of that, we'd be talking about a 5x of the total activity on the Solana blockchain, which, by the way, is more than all of the other blockchains combined. So it's a very exciting opportunity. Now, what's interesting, I do not come from the adult world. In fact, I come from the world of conservative politics. So it's kind of an interesting thing to be standing here. I've given speeches in front of lots of conservative crowds and at churches, etc. A little bit different. But it's funny, because of my politics, I was debanked 2 months before the 2020 election. And when I say debanked, they put me on what's called the politically exposed persons list, which meant I wasn't allowed to have a bank account. Not at a credit union, not at a bank, not at a foreign bank, completely denied access to the traditional economy. And I'm not the kind of person that just takes that kind of thing, like trying to starve me and my family to death lightly. And so I got into crypto as a survival mechanism. I started to think about, how do we actually strike back at the banks and the credit cards that wholesale want to police morality wholesale based on completely arbitrary views of what moral is? And the answer is, we have to hit them where it actually hurts. We have to get to the actual transactions, and we have to go where people are in order to get the frictionless adoption that we've been talking about for so long. And Look is the first step in what we plan to do that way. Now, we constructed Look in a really unique way. I heard the wonderful couple from Peace Through Trade come up here and talk about compliance. Before we launched the Look token, we got 3 separate legal memos from white shoe law firms in Canada and the United States. Our terms of service is something like 40 pages long. It's completely unlike anything we've seen since the Trump token as far as just how sure we had to be. Because the one thing that we kept getting from these big corporations on why they didn't enter the system, even though they have all the incentive to do it. They pay higher fees, it makes sense for them, they have access to the audience. If there's ever been an opportunity, it was compliance. It was, do we have the ability to safely enter into this space? So we're excited to dive into that with the Look token and the Look project across the board. Let's say I talked about the ALO stats, I talked about compliance, I talked about what we're planning to do with the Look token more broadly. If you look at how we conceptualized what we're doing here, I see meme coins as the big problem that we need to solve is how do we get past just the hype cycle where project might get some hype, it goes up, and it has nowhere to go but straight down. You have to build into it. So one of the things that we've been constructing is micro-tipping. The eyes are going to be central. We want to see the eyes become a standard button, not just on ALO brands, but across different brands. Our goal is to find ways to integrate the eyes so that with one click, you can tip whoever the video creator you're using is. Obviously, token gating, exclusive content, and then loyalty rewards. Our goal is not to be pigeonholed as an adult or pornography token. We have several other large partnerships that have been in the works so that we can also bring this to anywhere that is attention related and for it to make complete sense across the board. So the big breaking news is that the signed term sheet to support and collaborate the Look community from ALO is going to be game changing for our space. I believe this probably will be the last largest tranche of raw internet traffic available for us to onboard. And the cool thing about the ALO, Pornhub, and this industry, they have a history of tech innovation. The first ever payment that was done on the internet was done for a pornography transaction. Video streaming, largely driven by the adult industry. The thing about innovation is it always comes from people who have to adapt in order to keep their business and continue to move on. And we believe that we're entering in the very earliest phases of this collaboration with ALO will lead to that next great tech innovation and bring the masses on chain with all of us. And Look's excited to lead the way. So with that said, keep a good lookout and we'll see you guys later. Let's go.